Hello, my name is Denise Dillon. I'm a lecturer on the Bachelor of Science in Architectural Technology programme here in the Department of Building and Civil Engineering at Galway Mayo Institute of Technology. Today's lecture is on learning theories. Of the 6 principal paradigms as described in the learningtheories.com website, the one that most closely represents the approach taken here on the Architectural Technology programme is constructivism. Constructivism is defined as follows. Constructivism posits that learning is an active, constructive process. The learner is an information constructor. People actively create their own subjective representations of objective reality. New information is linked to prior knowledge, thus mental representations are subjective. The preferred learning theory of constructivism, therefore, posits that new knowledge is processed and interpreted through the lens of learners' experience and cultural factors, resulting in an outcome that is subjective to the individual. This, through discussion, can really enrich students' knowledge, and that is facilitated on the Architectural Technology programme through the tutorial process. So just to go into a little bit more detail on the constructivism in practice element of the lecture, which contextualises this theory within the Architectural Technology programme here in GMIT. This diagram here summarises the approach taken and the elements of constructivism that are utilised. So there's a mix of knowledge-based and experiential activities used to support student learning. The first of these is anchored instruction. Anchored instruction is described by Bransford et al. As a focused activity that supports learning, preferably a visual aid. And in GMIT we use educational DVDs that chart the process of construction of various building elements, whether it's the walls, the windows, or the roof, for example, in both new build and in the repair of historic buildings. Problem-based learning then is addressed through project work. There is a large percentage of the continuous assessment assignments assessed through project work. And as part of that process, students are encouraged to research for their own information to help them solve their own, I suppose, detailing issues around the fabric of a building. Situated learning is addressed and achieved through site visits to construction sites at early stages during the construction process, and then to the completed building to see the process of construction, and to talk to contractors and to listen to what the various issues are and the problems and the solutions that were addressed through that process. Cognitive apprenticeship is facilitated through the extensive tutorial hours that are given over to project work. The tutorial hours are linked to project work across a number of modules to deepen students' knowledge and to give them the opportunity to get different perspectives from the lecturers. The core team have a variety of backgrounds, and the opportunity that the tutorial process gives in these modules really gives the students a very well-rounded opinion and feedback. So by the end of the 4 years, as the students develop their research abilities from a small base to a more wide, confident base through the tutorial process, through the project work, site visits and educational DVDs that holistically make up the learning approach on the Architectural Technology programme, the student becomes a discovery learner. A discovery learner could be described as a constructivist stroke humanistic approach to learning, where the learner is self-actualized and develops autonomy and confidence in their own ability to solve problems. The lecturer becomes a learning facilitator, and the learning model moves from a pedagogical model to an andragogical model. Thank you very much for watching this short screencast. The references throughout the lecture are contained in this slide and can be followed up in your own time. Thank you.